Good morning. I welcome you today. My name is Marceli Matszak. I work for Labyrinth Security Solutions. We will try to find the answer to the question, will the deception technology protect your business? I think that not many of people hear about the deception technology, so we will talk a little what is it, for what reason we can use it, what are the benefits, advantages, etc. Our agenda for today's meeting is listed on this slide. Like, we will start with some cybersecurity challenges that customers face, especially the teams, the security teams. Then we will talk a little about this deception technology, how it is implemented in our solution. And we will also talk about selected case studies, so you can see the usage scenarios in action, how it was implemented, what were the results at customers' sites. And I will quickly show you here, I will quickly show you also the platform demo online for more deep dive, I would say, in more technology presentation. We invite you to contact us so we can provide you on one-on-one or next technical webinar. Okay, starting with the challenges that are facing our companies, customer companies. We can see that a lot of these challenges is related to complexity, to the threat involvement, and also the SOC workload. As you can see, many times the communication issues or collaboration between the teams are issues here. There are also some lacks of visibilities, or even you can get any responses about the events, incidents, and you are overloaded. Then you have only manual tools to process it, and it is time consuming and generating more and more problems. So that's exactly what we meet in many organizations, that the main response to the threat detection is based on the reactive approach. Yeah, so we wait for the attack. When attack happens, then we just try to defend, deny the access. Yeah, we don't know what's exactly sometimes what's going on with this. We got some false positives alarms many times. Generally, the solutions are complex in the usage, so there is a lot of information that is not helpful, not usable for us. It causes that our time to detection, time to reaction, to the response time are increasing, which is not good in such situations. And we have, in effect, we have the breaches that are the worst what we can think as administrators or SOC members. So how can we change the approach from this reactive to proactive? We can try to use active defense, and part of this active defense is exactly deception technology. This technology is not something totally new. This technology comes from technology of honeypots from about 2 decades ago. even a little more. But it was very, I would say, improved through these times, and now these techniques are more sophisticated, are more automatized, and they can be more dynamically used when we meet an adversary. So there is an organization, Mitre, that prepared an Engage model that help defenders to exactly gain the information about attackers, about their techniques, about their methods, about their goals that they want to achieve by attacking our networks and our assets. And based on this deception, we can gain here information about the attacker and the way he acts, so we can also better prepare. And when we hear, I would say, combine this deception with the denial, when we want to kick out this intruder from our network, then we can also be more successful receiving more information and preparing for the future attacks. So I recommend that you would look closer to the Engage Mitre model, and so you can see why they advise companies to engage with the adversaries, why it is so important and what you can benefit from their model here. Quickly, okay, we had some guests in waiting room. Okay, quickly talking why this approach with Engage. The traditional approach gives you just the perimeter protection, the edge protection, and this Engage model gives you additionally also secure interior. So inside your network, you can also make some techniques to prevent attacks that broke the perimeter securities. In addition, not all this, I would say, traffic and all assets that we see in the network are legitimate. So even if intruder steals such prepared data, he just makes a favor to us, yeah, because now we can track what he is doing with this stealing data in our network. Next. So what are, I would say, the key benefits of using deception technology? First, you have immediate detection, so you know when someone approaches your decoys. You have alert, and you know that something happens. No one touches these decoys by, I would say, by occasion. Yeah, usually workers, they don't know about such systems. Yeah, so it is really rare that someone by mistake can enter such decoys. And so when you get the alert from decoy, you know that something is going on. Yeah, so you need to look into this alert. The accuracy is very high. There is almost no false positives. The only case can be that, yeah, worker has made some really huge mistake, and he somehow got into the decoy, but it is a case that you can also explain with him why he got there, yeah, and you should to make sure that it was accidentally. But the most of these cases, they are just attacks from the intruders that come from outside or intruders from inside, like the sabotage activities. Next, you can win here time for your security team. Yeah, it is the time when the attacker is inside your system. It's called the dwell time, and then you can make sure that this time will be not long, but you will gather all needed information to take action to successfully block this intruder, and also that he will not be able to make any more actions hurting your network and assets. Less complexity. When you have many systems, when you need to gather the logs or even some incident reports from them, then you have a lot of information to go through, and to correlate this information, you need additional systems. It is time consuming, more expensive in operational costs, and also not always gives you the clear answers. Here with the deception technology, you have simplified information. You have grouped alerts, you have all informations about the attacker, about the tools, about what he is doing, was doing, what he tried to approach in your network. So you get the visibility of his actions, and you can make decisions more quickly. So here is, I would say, the logical overview where the labyrinths or deception-based technology system is placed in the network. It is inside of your network. It protects different segments of this network and catches not only the attackers from outside of our organization, but also the intruders that already got into our network or breaking perimeter security or via any other attack vector like the phishing or maybe some USB upload by sabotage from some workers or cooperants. So here we are inside and we are catching these smart guys that want to get some information from our assets. The Labyrinth platform creates services and applications. It simulates these services and applications, adding some vulnerabilities to it to make this more attractive for intruders. And this is for provoking the attackers. Then we can detect such activities of the attacker, track his actions, and isolate him from the real systems on our network. Yeah. So here, I would say it's kind of idea how this system works in the topology of VLAN. And when we talk about our system, there are four core components that you need to know, yeah, to understand the idea of this technology and this platform. There is a seeder agent. It is not obligatory, but it is giving us additional possibility to spread the fake information across the whole network. and this CIDR is used on the real hosts, real workstations in many VLANs. So if attacker will show up somewhere on workers station, then we know when he tries to use this find files or some credentials that were prepared for him. Yeah, there. The next are the points. Usually the CIDR, the breadcrumbs settled by CIDR agent, they redirect to the points. Point is the real decoy. I would say it's the main decoy that is prepared here to catch our intruder and keep him inside of this mimic infrastructure. And such point then sends the information that some intruder has show up to the worker node. That is a virtual machine responsible for running all decoys. And from this machine, the information grouped alerts are sent to the manage console, where you get the all information for your analysis and response. The architecture is shown here. So as you see, the decoys are placed on can be placed on several worker virtual machines, but there is only one machine for administration, for the management console. You can run several types of the decoys. We have decoys for the IT infrastructure, for OT infrastructure, for IoT. So we develop all across the months additional new decoys and add to the repository of this platform for customer usage. And this additional, I would say, component that we talk about, the CIDR agents, is run by the CIDR proxy that sends to these different real systems like servers and workstations these breadcrumbs that will attract the intruders. Okay, I already mentioned you that you can make more than one worker node. That makes our system scalable. For bigger organizations, we have also multi-tenancy mechanism with RBAC. So we can make here this solution work for big organizations with many I would say manufacturers, many other sites, or it can be helpful for the managed service security providers that they offer such protection to their customers, and they can isolate each customer running one instance, one I would say system with single dashboard to govern all of their customers. Also, we support Azure private cloud at this moment. There are some works on other clouds in future. But already we have such environments in Azure clouds, so this solution is also working in such instances. Oh. When we talk about the system, we need to mention also the integrations that are provided. I would say that there are, on one side, the integrations for the notifications, like for Slack, for Teams, via mail, yeah, notifications. So you can get this information about the alerts when you are an administrator of this system. The other integrations are based on the integrations with CM systems, so with the event managers. And here we have two-way integrations with Splunk QRadar. We also support ArcSight or any CM on the syslog. Communication. And the third integrations are based with systems of perimeter and the endpoint protections. Like the examples here are EDR for CrowdStrike or FortiGate devices from Fortinet. We have also some integrations on case by case with other systems. So we will add more and more these automatic integrations, I would say like that, by clicking here the button, so you can switch on such integration in your system, yeah? Adding some information links to these additional systems. What is important in deception technology, it is the credibility of this system, of these decoys. Yeah? We have the service-based approach here, so we can simulate high interaction decoys. We can respond here to scan to probes of scans. We can give some fake credentials. We can display some graphical interfaces, and each of decoys has his own IP address. It is not alias, it is real IP, so it is really difficult to distinguish for intruder if it is real or not real system. We have also unique technology that we call universal web point that allows us to make, or I would say static mimic systems of some applications or some GUIs, or even more dynamically working high interactive decoys when we can use our proxy mechanism to simulate also the interaction with the real system. So this is very often used, and today we will show you some examples how our customers are benefiting from that. And we also are working right now on developing similar decoy, universal decoy for the OT infrastructure. So you can, I would say, make a decoy for any PLC that is in your infrastructure. Yeah? So it is something that will come within, I would say, a couple of months. What are the advantages that I would say, summarizing what we have talked so far? So we offer the high interaction decoys. We make them exploitable to attract the intruders. They are not only static, but they can, dynamically act and also show some traffic, generate some traffic. We have this universal web point that simulates a complex web applications. So we can give a good view of prepared system and deceive an intruder here. So he will attack not the real system, but the mimic one. We have also customization for our customers. So depending on the industry or language they use or other here requirements, we can make a decoys adapting to our customer. And it's very often during the proof of concept time when we know better the requests from customer, we can show them what we can do for them, how we can better protect their environment, and then if these decoys are valuable, they bring the effects, we usually add them to the next releases for all customers. As mentioned, we also support multi-tenancy, so we are able to manage many tenants from the single manage console. They are all isolated, so the customers will not interact in the systems within. We also, I would say, do not need dedicated hardware here because we are using virtual machines, so we have some hardware requirement based on the typical system requirements for virtual machines, like we support VMware and Hyper-V, and for managed console, we also support KVM, Proxmox or OpenStack, for example. And a lot of things in our solution is automatized. So you just make by sum of clicks the configuration of your system. You can also, by the universal web point, you can make the automatic scanning of your network, so you get the information what applications are and system are there, and then you can decide to make the simulation of them also by the system, yeah. Or you can adjust them manually if you wish, or choose some of this system like you see here. For example, you can put information how many traps and these decoys do you want of each type based on your license. We are helping organization here in many stages of the attack, like during the reconnaissance, the delivery, exploitation, but also we are able to prevent from the command and control mechanism and actions on the objectives. So we can detect different types of attacks, including man in the middle detection or lateral movement, and with the systems like we have in integrations, we can also rapidly respond to incidents or make some investigations here. Yeah, like I did not mention, but the integration we have, one more is with the Hive. It's the open source SOAR system. So you have here also such possibilities. And what are the, I would say, business values to our customers? On one hand, we stop the threats that in some cases are not even seen or known to customer. And during this, when our system is working, there is no impact on performance on production systems at the customer sites. The implementation of the system is really simple and I would say is quite fast. And we also deliver support from our side here during the proof of concept, during the implementations. Yeah, you can use from the 12/7 support that we provide in Europe. This automatization that we use in our solution, it can help reduce the operating costs and also speed up the incident response significantly. So I think that it is something that will be very helpful here to customers that are looking for, I would say, simple solution, effective, and also supported by the vendor. We do not tell that deception technology is, 100 security solution, because there is not such solution at the market. But it is even not, I would say, addressing a lot of things, because we do not capture the traffic. We do not analyze the behavior of the users. We just set decoys and we wait for the intruder. And when the intruder shows up in the decoy, then we interact with him to make him sure that he is in the real system. That's the, I would say, our main activity here as a solution. But this, I would say, a small part of actions, of efforts that we put into the security environment in the organization gives us a really big benefits here and results. We have immediate information when we detect such intruder. We can also, deceive this intruder, so he will play with our system, not with the production systems. Then SOC has the time to act and mitigate such attack. And we can also gather information about such intruder, learn what he is looking for in our environment, and we can better prepare for next attackers. Of course, there are other systems, and we do not tell that deception will protect your network alone, because it will not. As you have seen on this slide, we are just part inside of the network. We need perimeter security, we need endpoint security, we need also some additional system that we integrate with and send the incidents for analysis, like CM, SOAR, etc. But these all other systems, they just add more content and context to what you are looking for during some, I would say, attacks, breaches, etc. It depends on in which stage you are looking this, and that can also find some patterns in the traffic which we are not doing. So that's how we are different, but how we are here very successful in results to prevent. So I would say that for mid-size and big organization, not having today deception is kind of lack of the security layer. That should be added very soon. Now we will come to some of case studies. So you can see how this technology is working for customer of different industries, of different size. First of them is SoftServe. It is IT company. It's software house that is presented on currently in 4 continents, in hires over 15,000 of workers. in over 50 sites. So this is a huge, I would say, a huge company organization that you can see what they can use for deception, how they have benefit. And what is here also important, they use the cloud services. So it is the case when our solution is here working in their private cloud. The two main challenges that were set up by the customer were, one was to lower the risk of potential breaches, and unauthorized access to their networks, and also prepare some response toolset for their SOC, so they can know how to deal with these intruders in their networks. What was done? It was deception technology was added as an additional layer to their protection. So this case that I have shown you on this slide with the efforts and benefits, the results, and they deployed many decoys in their DMZ areas segments on the servers and in many LAN segments on the real workstations. There were also prepared some playbooks for the SOC team, so they could react according to the scenarios. And also customer has prepared a behavioral model of services and users, also using some here parts of the deception technology for it. So it was also interesting case of combining these technologies with others. And the results of that, the main result was here the main result here is based on some pen test done by external organization, the specialist team that was attacking this infrastructure, and they were not aware of the deception technology in their organization. So they spent there almost 8 or 9 hours, as I heard about this, playing with this system, generating a lot of alerts, trying different types of attacks, etc. So here the SOC got really, I would nice feedback from the system what was going on during this pen test. The other result was that the visibility was really improved in their networks segments, and they also were able to detect some configuration errors. So it, I would say, gives here them the possibility to correct such configuration or misconfiguration. They also had their network usage policy, so they could see the violations of this and improved the security posture in their organization. As I mentioned about this behavioral model that they implemented, they also here could benefit from that, from better visibility. It also improved the tradecraft analysis for them and simplified the decisions making because of the two-way integration with CM. And okay. Okay, and I see here one question. Okay, here is a question about integration with QRadar. Yeah, this integration, I will try show you this during the demo. I am not engineer, but there is not a lot of, I would say, things that you need to add, but we can always make for you such presentation with the integration of with QRadar or Splunk in addition. So let's go to the next case. The next company was East Transporeon Group that took over the control pay, and the customer that a couple of years ago has implemented deception technology from Labyrinth. It is also cloud-based. Here, customer that is providing his services to many its customer across the world. And because of this all logistic and financial operations, this crucial issue for them was data protection. There were some breaches to some competency players at the market at this time, so they want to make sure they will be protected from such attacks and such results of attacks. And also they want to improve the visibility across their network. So again, here were prepared two, I would say, types of protection. One of them was based on the universal web points to protect the servers and the cloud application based there in DMZ segment. And the other was the integrations involving the CIDR agents across the VLANs on the real hosts, so they can here protect, especially they have two VLANs, as I remember, development, testing, and also financial department. That was crucial for them. So the whole deployment also was really quick. There was less than 2 hours. So it shows that in some simple scenarios, we can just apply this within hours. Yeah. What were the results based on this vector attacks on DMZ? They discovered that someone was looking for something else that they were scared of. Yeah, nobody wants to steal their customer database, but some efforts were to aimed unfinished transaction database. Yeah, so in their industry, probably this would more valuable for the attacker. So because of that, they make the review of the code to make additional protection for this system. And on the second vector, they discovered that there was some connection from workstation via VPN, yeah, that was doing some reconnaissance on their development segment. So it was something that they decide to investigate, and this workstation was on one side isolated, and also this worker was sued here, yeah, in this case, because it was action against the company. So you have here these examples of different, I would say, scenarios that you can benefit from the deception. Yeah, not only the attacks that can come from outside on servers with our cloud or any web applications, but also when you want to protect some internal assets, research and development, yeah, financial departments, the board segment of VLAN, etc. You can additionally protect these selected VLANs from intruders. And the third case that we can share with you today is the Petroleum Galnaftogaz company that is owner of OKO gas stations. There is over 400 these gas stations in Ukraine. And they have also additional companies that are involved in this group. So they had different, I would say, businesses here incorporated in this one group. And here they want to make sure that they will find the weak points in their network that they can prepare better to detect in such conditions when they have such vulnerabilities. Yeah, one of them was the one of the concerns they have was the workstation level for all these gas stations workers that do not pay attention many times. You know, they work on their time, pressure, etc. So they can be easily a target for attackers that won't gain access to their workstations. And also they want to improve the quality of this incident investigations, because you know that they had the rare information if something happened, so they decide here to use this system to provide them more information on such events and incidents. And the results, the realization, how it was done. So again, universal web point were made on the applications that on the main systems that were used by the workers. Also, many of the decoy files were distributed across the physical workstations. And also here was done the two-way integrations with CM system and Labyrinth. And if you are interested in this informations on our YouTube channel, Labyrinth Deception is called on YouTube, you will find some webinars where our engineer is showing how this two-way integration works with Splunk and with Curator. So yeah, that's something that I just reminded. We have already recorded this and it's placed on YouTube, but of course we can make this for you in convenient time for you if you wish. Just contact us then. The results they have achieved from this implementation, they increase the visibility within the network. They also could use the deception functionality on the applications that they used in their environment. So if something happened there, they could investigate what was it and what they should to do with that, what was the severity of such attack, etc. And also the information about the incidents increased. They got more information on each attack they have seen. So it was also fulfillment of one of these requirements they claimed at the beginning. Our other customers, you can see some of them on this slide. If you would be interested in some more case studies, we publish them at our webpage. You can use this QR code from this slide and you can go to section case studies to see more of them. Yeah, the customers are from different industries. So there are retail, there are manufacturing, like the petroleum we talk. There are some government institution as well, some pharmaceutical or MSSPs here. So we have several different customers. And now I will try to show you some insights, I would say, because as I mentioned, I am not an engineer, but I want to show you some, I would say, very helpful information that I see. Usually, when we log into the system, I am connected via VPN to demo system on prepared machine. We get automatically last 7 days. Yeah, nothing happened in last 7 days, so we can look from April. We made more. We have make more presentations last month, so we have some more information here. Let's go again. So you get here different alerts based on different points type. Also, you can get here top 7 attackers IPs. Yeah, here, of course, it is demo system, so you have the internal informations, the IP addresses from internal range. But you can see how many attacks were performed, how many decoys were attacked, what were the alerts related to these activities of this intruder. So you get some readable information in I would say, really simplified form, and you can easily see what's going on. Another helpful thing is something that we call map. It is a logical showing of all physical systems of these decoys. So here is a legend. You have the points. So the decoys are the blue ones. The seeder that was is based on the physical machine. You have the green ones. Here is based on Linux. And we show only these points that have some alerts. Yeah, so there can be much more of these points, but if there is no alert, we don't display them. When you go to such alerts, you can see what are the alerts. You can go to the next tab alerts from this map automatically, and you can see that, for example, some port scan was detected, and exactly what was done in what time, on what ports, etc. You can see here in the alerts. Let's see what other we have here. Okay, now we have different types of alerts, not only this scanning port, but also connection to SSHD, or also, yeah, let's see here if there were some credentials, for example, used. Because sometimes if someone tries to use SSH, and then you can also see if he is using these breadcrumbs that he could find on some really hosts, for example. Yeah. So here you have different types of these events that you can go and see. We have also audit log, so it is for checking exactly who is logging, what is doing on the system. If I switch tenant, for example, it is also put it here to the logs. So such information are here for audits. Now coming from the general, we can prepare some honey nets, and some of them are activated, some of them are not active right now. Such honey nets you can get or terminate or get some details. Yeah, so you can see what word lists they are used for such honey nets for spreading these breadcrumbs. You have also here exactly this autopilot. If you wish, then you can automatically scan the network segment, and you can discover different types of application, for example. So you can then make automatically the decoys of such type, or you can here check these boxes manually and apply this. Okay, another here is points list, for example, which points are the decoys are already prepared. And you can also see here different types of these decoys that we have in our system. So there are several different types. Seeder agent, you have also prepare a list of the seeders. You have here, you can here download, for example, the Linux one Windows. We also will add iOS client here for this very soon. And you can see the tasks that were based for seeder to be run. We talk about we have nodes. Here we have two nodes. One of them is admin, another is worker. Regarding the multi-tenancy, we have here different users, different tenants, I mean, in this section. And we can also here see the users that have different roles provided to them based on the roles-based access. And regarding the integrations, here is the QRadar, and let's see how it is. Yeah, you put the URL of your system. You have some token taken from this, but as I say, I'm not engineer, so we can make a separate session for showing you exactly how you can manage and make the integrations with such systems that we have already prepared here. You can also update automatically the system to the newest version if it's available. You can switch between the versions if you wish, and you have also information about your license when it expires, how many VLANs you have in your license, how many points you can use, etc. Yeah? So such informations are available here. And I would say in very general, that's all what I can show you now about the system. Coming back to our presentation, now it's time for your questions. I will see if there is any new. Okay, I don't see any new questions. If you would have any questions, please contact us at info@labyrinth.tech. Tech, or you can, if you are from Romania, you have a global data security distributor with us today. So you can contact Costin and get this information from your distributor locally. And if you wish, have, I would say, prepared presentation for you on some subject or some technical presentation show, then please contact us and we will settle such term and date for you, convenient for you, and you can then see in details, or you can visit our YouTube channel to see some recordings of such presentations. Okay, thank you very much for your time today. I wish you nice afternoon, and I encourage you to also to play with the system. You can receive the free of charge evaluation. Also, the details are or at our site or at the distributor, and we also assist during this demo proof of concept evaluations, so you can better know the solution. You will receive then the answers from the engineers on your all technical questions. So I encourage you to take this chance as well. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Good day.